Welcome everyone to week 5 of the I Believe Bootcamp. I'm so excited today to hear from Carly and her amazing story, Carly Roberts. And I've known Carly for a few years, I feel like now, just like always seeing each other at different conferences and on social media. And I remember watching one of her videos about her story a long time ago and it just being so inspiring. So I'm really excited for her to share her story and her shifts to going region with you guys, and just some of the hurdles and obstacles that she had to overcome, because it's truly, truly inspiring and we're all here to build our beliefs. So I am just going to pass it right over to you, Carly. Take it away and have so much fun with it.
Okay, sorry you guys for the technical difficulties. I'm trying to get a good, decent angle there. But this just shows anybody can do this business. I always love, like, whenever we do these calls, right? And this happens, it's kind of a good reality check that you don't have to be a pro with technology. Anyways, hi everybody. So honored to be on this call. I'm so thankful you asked me, Sammy. And I think actually the first time I ever met you was I saw Christy, your mother-in-law, who you all know, and I ran up and I was like, give me that baby. And I'm like, oh, hi, can I introduce myself, Sammy? Can I hold your baby? So anybody who knows me knows I'm baby crazy. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna get started. I'm like sweating here, you guys. I'm so nervous. It's so funny how it doesn't matter what level you are, we're all human. We all are nervous about certain things. And for me, it is talking in front of people, and especially talking to all of you, who, all my peers, so many amazing faces on that I am friends with, that I'm like, oh gosh, you know? So I love to be super honest and real. So I hope that's okay with you guys. I am an executive regional vice president here in Edmonton, Alberta. But I'm going to tell you guys my true story of how I really got started. And it's real, it's raw. I don't hold back. I hope that's okay. And then kind of what it looks like now. And yeah, what held me back for so many years. So I was first introduced to the business, 10 years ago. I can't, 10 years. No, Jayla's 11, sorry, 12 years ago. I was introduced and I literally thought my friend was crazy, you guys, just like so many of us. I thought she was crazy. I blew her off. I was pregnant. I had a lot going on, you know. I didn't think this would ever be something for me, like so many of us. So then I had my baby Jayla, who's now 11, and I moved to the States. So it was awesome, you guys. I could totally avoid her. She could not find me, this crazy airborne lady. So now I'm in the States, you guys. I'm married. I have a baby. I'm oh so busy. I was not, thinking back. I had a baby. I had no friends, and I had a husband that was never home. So like, I totally would have been a great time to join. However, I totally avoided her, like so many people do, and was that person that would read the message and not respond. And you guys, this is where it gets real. Life got ugly. My ex-husband, who was truly the love of my life for 10 years, had an affair. And it was really hard on my heart, obviously. But I immediately left after some really awful information and came back to Canada. Okay, great. So now I'm in Canada. My dad was running a hospital in New Zealand. So I had no family here, like immediate family, and no aunts, no cousins, nobody, not one family member. Okay. But I still came back because I have amazing friends that are like family. So I have a broken heart. I have no family. I have no job. I have no money. I was not prepared for impact. I was not prepared for this to happen. So I have no money, no job, no home. What else can I add to the list? Broken heart, new baby, you know, like every challenge was against me, you guys. It was a hard time in life. Like, you have no idea. So anyways, there was my airborne friend. You need to do Arbonne. And I'm like, okay, you're crazy. I can't even afford food, let alone, I don't have a table to even put food on, right? Like, I am broke as a joke. Your products are too expensive. No, thank you. So I went on my merry way, got my job, was negative every month, doing my thing, got a little place to live. It was, you know, we're just going through the motions. So many people do. And then what did I do? I asked for a recommendation. It was a dry winter here, and Jayla's skin had dry patches on it, and I put it on Facebook. There she was again. Tried the diaper rash cream. You guys, it's just so funny. So I was open to it now, right? Because it's anything for my baby girl. She drops off the diaper rash cream. It works. No word of a lie. You all know. And I called her up. I said, I'll buy that one thing. That's it. Don't sell me anything else. You guys, she dragged me, literally kicking and screaming. She dragged me to my upline ERVP, Maureen Tash's house. And literally what she got me there, how she got me there was she said I could have a free diaper rash cream if I came and listened. And if I came and listened and didn't like what I hear, she would never bring it up again. I was like, perfect. Diaper rash cream, and she'll never bring up this airborne thing, and I'll go on my merry way. Well, thank the Lord, she continued to bug me. Because you guys, I heard Maureen talk, and the things she said, I felt like in this huge room, I swear there was 50 people. I felt like she was looking right at me and speaking right to my heart. And what she said, so many of us have heard, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Tears started rolling down my face, you guys. It is not the life I envisioned for my daughter and I at the time as still a single mom. And instead of asking yourself, what if it doesn't work? She asked, but what if it does? You guys, I was so skeptical, and I put up my hand, and I'm like, I'm probably not going to be good. And like, what if I want to quit? Because I'm probably going to. Like, I was the worst person to ever join. But anyways, so I did join. I told her when I signed, then I joined. I said, just so you know, I'm probably going to quit. It's not really going to be my thing, but we'll see. Well, I was her first region, which is pretty funny, actually. But you guys, what happened was I started recommending the products, right? I started realizing that these products are actually all amazing, not just the diaper rash cream. And I started recommending. And so that was great. And I started making a couple $100. Cool. Great. You guys, I was so broke that was helping me get out of the red, that $200. Like that is all, like I needed it so bad. But when it came to the business, I don't know about any of you, but I was like an undercover Arbonne agent for a long time. What do you do? I do Arbonne. They're like, pardon? I'm like, oh, let's just talk about you, Sammy. Like, I'm good. I would never admit what I did, you guys. That did not serve my business. That did not make anybody want to join. I'll tell you that. And guess what? I didn't have a first consultant for the first 2 years. And that is why, right? So what changed going through this journey was I heard a lawyer, and I still don't even remember who it was, and that breaks my heart because this person impacted me so big, in Calgary speak. And she was an MVP, I believe. And she talked about how, you guys, she had the house, she had the nanny, she had the money, but she didn't have the time. You guys, it hit me hard because I realized I actually had the time. My job was really flexible, but I had no money to do anything with my time. So I looked at her life and I thought, she doesn't have it all and I don't have it all, right? And I realized, okay, something's got to give. I have a gift and I have to share it. It is up to me. If I don't share it, like that is my job as a consultant also for Arbonne. It's up to the person if they decide to open it. I really, truly, that clicked for me. So I always say to people too, like, you got to keep coming to all these events because something one day is just going to trigger you, click in your head, something, that one little thing that just can change everything, because it did for me. So anyways, I came home, you guys, and I honestly started sharing the business. And guess what? My business started to grow. I started talking to people, not just about the products, but about the opportunity. And you guys, I grew to area. So that was awesome. I was still a single mom, and I was able to now have it was like a double. I'm like, this is what it's like to have two incomes in a household. It was really awesome. And so I was able to pay my visa off, and I was able to do these things. I was actually able to get a great lawyer and get sole custody of my daughter. You guys, I did not have 20 grand. I always say Arbonne saved my life because Arbonne, oh my God, I never get emotional at this, but Arbonne literally gave me sole custody of my daughter. Because I would not have had 20 grand, literally to do that, right? I have a girlfriend going through this now, and I'm like, build your Arbonne business. That can pay for, right? Sorry. So I just share that because it's so much more, right? It's so much more when compared to when you join, right? Sorry, can someone tell me if I'm talking way too fast? I get going, and I don't know if I'm talking too fast. So anyways, so that was great. So I hung out at area for a bit, and that was great. But guess what? My team's not growing. If I'm staying at area, I'm not serving my team because nobody else's paychecks are growing, right? If mine's staying the same. So I just was coasting along, promoted actually an area manager in Minnesota, where I was when I had no friends, not one friend, and yet I have she's my region now, but she is in Minnesota, which is so funny. Met her through Facebook. Anyways, but you guys, still no vision of region. And you know why? This is kind of what I was going to talk about at the end, but really I'm going to tell you now, what held me back was the comparison game. And Instagram wasn't even around, really dating myself, but Instagram wasn't around when I first joined. And you guys, so Facebook was a bigger thing, but you guys, I literally thought in Arbonne, you had to be married. I swear, nobody was a single mom. I was the only single mom. I swear I thought that. And I honestly feel like because people didn't talk about it. People are so much more open now than ever. And I don't know if any of you know ENVP Kelly GT, but I spoke at our leadership school and I remember her telling me, you need to tell the raw truth. And I'm like, really? Like, she's like, no, like everything. And you guys, I told everything. Like, it was pretty fresh in my life too. So, and everybody was bawling. And it was where I realized that it is so important to be you, right? And that's what held me back from going region, because I thought everybody was married and very happily married for 20 years. Everybody had 2.5 kids. Just kidding. 2 or 3 kids. I felt like everybody has actually 6 kids in Arbonne. People have a lot of kids in Arbonne. Nobody's a single mom. Nobody's broke. Everybody's had this life, and everybody's size 2. And everybody dresses amazing and has great hair. I can't keep up with that. That's literally what I thought. So guess what? I just hung out in an area because I couldn't reach that. You guys, that was not serving me, but that's how I felt. So guess what? As we're driving to the lake, my little girl says to me, as I'm complaining about my Jeep breaking apart, she's 5. She says, well, Mom, what about your free Mercedes from Arbonne? You guys, that's when I realized, stop the comparison game, because that is ridiculous. And it's not about that, because there's somebody else watching me. So if you are a mom, and even if you're not a mom, and there's somebody important in your life, they're watching. And all of a sudden, you guys, I was at 10,000 QV. I was an area manager. I was struggling area manager. It was 2 weeks to month end, and I went first step region. Because my little girl was watching, it all changed. I stopped worrying about being size 2, not being size 2. Who cares? I'm a single mom. Who cares about all these things I'd put in my head? And I just need to be me. I'm not going to be Sammy. I'm not going to be Caitlin. I'm not going to be Christy Dryling. I'm not going to be funny like Kelly GT or tiny like Valerie Edwards and post amazing stuff like all the young millennials that are on doing it now, right? I just have to be me. And it literally changed the game, you guys. So I went first step region and I finished the next month, you guys. How the heck I did it? I do not know, because I was in no position to do that. However, they say you decide. I did finally decide, because again, it was not about me. It was my little 5-year-old. I always say, Jayla, you did this. I had no plan on doing this. You did this. And it's true. It's true. I did do something, and I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, is also another shift. You have to be okay with giving up some time with your children or your loved ones or your family, or miss soccer or miss stuff. That's okay, because guess what? I am the mom that now is available for everything. Of course, I still miss stuff because, I'm doing calls or I'm at a conference or whatever. That's okay, because guess what? She knows I can be at every other thing. And guess what? I'm the mom at school that's taking pictures of people's kids and sending it to those moms that are sitting in the office. And I'm not saying that to brag by any means, but I'm saying that it's okay to give up some time in this business. So something I did that I got judged hard for, because I was still a single mom, I sent Jayla to Victoria. At the time, my parents were living there, and she stayed there for the entire month. You guys, that was another thing. I was like, I cannot not finish region, because I'm never giving her up for a month again. Well, maybe until I go nation, right? That's what I literally thought. So that was another push. That I don't want to do this again. You guys, she was fine. On the sailboat, riding horses. They lived on the ocean. She was good. It was just me that was having the problem. But it got me to work harder, because I declared it to my family. They were helping me, and my little girl was away from me, right? So we went region. Awesome. Amazing. So happy. I got a new car because mine was breaking down. That was great. But my gosh, it is so not about the car. Yes, that's a great perk. Yes, you guys, it was great to pay off some debt and things that, you know, I couldn't before. I was able to, probably lots of you know Valerie Edwards and her Love of Mateo organization. I was able to go to Guatemala, which you guys don't even get me started on this. I absolutely have a huge passion. My whole family does for volunteering. I've done it since I was little, in other countries as well. But I couldn't afford it, you guys, because I didn't have the money. And unfortunately, so many people have these big dreams. I don't know about you, and it may not be orphanages or donating or volunteering, but there's something probably in your heart that you want to do more of that you can't because you don't have the money or the time. So the first thing I did, you guys, when I went region was booked flights and signed up with and went and pulled Jill out of school, and we went with some other VPs to Guatemala to serve in the orphanage. And you guys, that was the best thing I ever did. And to this day, Jayla will literally tell you, we were talking about California or the orphanage again, and you know, that organization. And she said, Mom, I want to go back to that. I'll choose that over Disney. And I was like, okay, crying. Like, I've done something right with you, right? So to have those choices, to be able to, I always say to anybody in my life, you guys, we live one life. Why are you waiting until you're retired? Which most times, and I hate to say this, most people when they're 65 or so, can't afford to. And if they do, they're probably going to have to, that's when they want to travel and live their best life. But they actually, because of their health or financial abilities, they actually can't. So why do people wait to live their life when they're 65 and right now just live Monday through Friday, wait for Fridays, but Friday nights they're exhausted because they've had a busy week. Then Saturdays come and it's busy. They try to do something fun Saturday night. And then Sundays it's like the cleaning day and getting ready for the week. We're just like on this roller coaster, and you need to stop it and realize the gift you have. So now I've been a region now, I guess, for 5 years, and promoted another region, and I have another girl in quals this month, which is awesome. So now you guys, the bigger picture, sometimes I think too, if any regions are on this call, I think sometimes we get here and we're like, okay, this is great. No, here's the thing. If we are comfortable, the same thing as when I was area or district. What about your team? What about everybody else that needs to step up to be leaders? If your paycheck's not growing, nobody else is. And the coolest thing in this business is the personal growth. So 3 years ago, actually, couple weeks ago, I met my husband, who's now my husband. We moved very fast too. But I would not have met him if it wasn't for Arbonne. You guys, I learned my worth. I learned my, I do have a couple notes on this. Oh my gosh, I'm just talking from my heart. I truly learned my worth, and I knew I would not settle. I'd rather be single and adopt a whole bunch of babies and just do it on my own. And guess what? Because of Arbonne's financial ability and time, I could. But then he came into my life, and I know, and anybody in my life that knows him will say it's because of Arbonne. So guess what's so cool? I was able, he was in a horrible, horrible job, but because of Arbonne, I was able to say, you need to quit that and start your own company. Because, and if it doesn't work, because a lot of companies struggle the first couple of years, I've got us. And guess what? He did, and it's thriving, and that's amazing. But the fact that I had the ability to say to him, like after being with him a year, like, this is horrible how you're getting treated. And you're not coming home with gifts, and it's Christmas and you didn't get a bonus or gifts or anything. I mean, we are spoiled in Arbonne, you guys, right? So spoiled that I think sometimes I feel like we live in an Arbonne bubble, that we're like, what? You didn't get cards, gifts, you know, you're not raved about on Facebook. You're not uplifted. Like, I always say, if you're not nice in Arbonne, you're probably not going to make it, because it's true. Everybody just loves on everybody. There's no competition. And there's just nothing like it. So when you have a husband that's coming home complaining about work, I'm like, hey, you got to get out. Like, this is not working, right? But I had the opportunity to help him, and now he runs his own business. Okay, and so just to wrap up kind of my story, so this is something I haven't shared. I've only shared with a couple other VPs at one of our meetings. Now we want to have children, and there's some issues we're having. And because of Arbonne, a couple of VP friends said it to me, your why has changed, Carly, right? I started because I was a broke single mom. Now my why is because we really want more children, and we have to figure out some things in the fertility world. And we all know how expensive that is, right? So, but because of Arbonne, I am going to have the ability to take the time for all the appointments and the financial ability to help us which way it goes, right? And I am so grateful for Arbonne because of that, right? So just know that your why, you guys, I never get emotional, oh my gosh. Your why is, maybe it was something when you first joined, but keep checking in with it and being honest with yourself, what it really is. Because your why has to be strong, you guys. It really does. Because you guys, this business is not easy. If it was, every single person would do it and take it to the top right away, right? But what I'll tell you is hard is getting up at 6 a.m, getting ready, dragging your kid to daycare, driving her an hour, because to me it was the best daycare in the city and it was worth it to do that, even though people thought it was crazy. Driving in snowstorms, driving an hour back to my work, then doing it again at 5 o'clock, and then back at 6 o'clock through a snowstorm, stopping to get something unhealthy because I have to stop because she's crying because she's hungry, walking in the door, bath and bed, and then go to sleep and do it again. That is hard, you guys. This is not hard. You have a gift, a true gift. And if you don't think you have a gift, you need to work on up here. You need to talk to your upline. You need to get into some personal growth. You guys, I was not a person that picked up a book. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best at reading. Like it's not my thing. I want to close my eyes. But I am being honest. But I listen to podcasts, audiobooks. You guys, I will not start listening to music any day. Like every day it starts with either something off YouTube or a podcast or audiobook. I have a certain set amount of time I have to put in before I'm allowed music. It may sound crazy, you guys, but that's my job, to be the best version of me, not just to my business, but also you guys as a wife, as a mom, as a friend. I truly believe that. And so, gosh, I'm on a rant. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You just, if there's anything struggling in your head, you need to really go to your upline and really dig deep and work on figuring it out, because that is key in this business, because that is going to take you to the next level. So stop the comparison, work on your belief. And really, really, really know your why and be okay with it changing. And I guess the last thing I want to leave you with is my favorite quote. And this is something that stuck through me for, I would say, the past 7 years when I first heard it. So give your family the best of you, not the rest of you. So think about that for a second. Give your family the best of you, not the rest of you. I don't know about you, but when I used to work a long day with a kind of tough boss, not the best environment, I did not come home and give Jayla the best of me, because I was done. I was tired. I was cranky. I was exhausted. So why choose that life, you guys? Right? So give your family the best of you, not the rest of you. So I think that's all, Sammy. I don't even know if I went way too short or way too long or...
Oh my God, you're perfect and you're amazing. And I was crying the whole time, trying to suck my tears back in. Thank you so much. I think everyone can agree that was just literally so inspiring and straight from the heart, and everyone felt it. And just everything that you said you knocked it out of the park. It was just point after point after point of just true inspiration. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you, and I know we're going to be celebrating you as an MVP soon.
Oh gosh, yes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Carly. You're amazing.
Thanks, guys. Sorry for earlier, the technical difficulties.
No, it was perfect. It was incredible. So thank you.
Thank you, Carly.
Everyone. Have a great Saturday, and we'll see you next week. Thanks again, Carly. Love you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Sammy. Bye.
Bye.